You ready?
Yeah, okay.
Go.
Hello, whoever's watching this video. Today, Chris and I are going to be doing our first game of 9th edition 40k. We're going to be doing 1,000 points, around about, just slightly over, of Adeptus Custodes versus Chaos Space Marines. Now we're going to stop recording and talk about the armies. Stop.
Okay, isn't it? So, I've got 2 squads of Chaos Space Marines. We've got one squad where we've got 2 special weapons guys, and they've both got flamers. And their aspiring champion has a combi flamer. Then we've got the other squad, and that has melters, and they've got 2 dedicated transports. Yeah, so this one has a flamer. This one has a melter, and it has a combi bolter, and a combi bolter, and a havoc launcher, and a havoc launcher. And then we've got 2 basilisks, which are modelled as Medusas, but the rules have stuffed me. And then we've got the Chaos Terminator Lord, and he's got a lot of stuff on him. He has Fatal Sonancy?
Sonancy.
Sonancy?
Sonancy.
Sonancy. Sonancy?
I don't fucking know. I don't play Chaos. Fuck off.
Fatal Sonancy? Which is the thing you get if you are Emperor's Children, which this army today is Emperor's Children. It's basically Emperor's Children already, right?
Well, you know, you like to pretend that you don't actually follow Chaos.
Not officially Emperor's Children, but they're Emperor's Children army today, and that's why he's got a Fatal Sonancy on him. And he's also got a Flamer. I've also got a Hellbrute, and he has a Twin Las Cannon on one side, and a Missile Launcher on the other.
Do you get any other benefits for being Emperor's Children? Do you have like a Legion trait?
Yes.
Oh. 1,000 points of Adeptus Custodes is quite a lot smaller than 1,000 points of Chaos Space Marines. I have a battalion of Custodes here. We've got my Warlord, who is Kars, who's a shield captain. He has the Superior Creation Warlord trait, which allows him to have a 5+ Feel No Pain. He also has the Eagle Eye relic, which, in addition to my army-wide trait that I get for being Battleforged, which takes my invulnerable save down to 4+ rather than 5+, Kars now has a 3+ invulnerable save. We also have Wamu, who is just a shield captain, and both of them have Castellan Axes and Misericordias. Here at the front we have a Vexillus Praetor, who has a Vexilla Magnifica and a Misericordia. Vexilla Magnifica means that all of Chris's to hit rolls on anything within 9 inches of him have their result reduced by 1. In the next row we have 2 squads of 3 Custodian Guards, who are exactly Wisiwig. They have their Guardian Spears, and they have Misericordias. In the back we have some Alaris Custodian Terminators. These are not actually Wisiwig because they have Castellan Axes as well as their Misericordias, and they also have their wrist-mounted Basilius Grenade Launchers. They'll be starting the battle in reserve and teleporting in whenever I decide it would be a good idea for them to do that. You might notice that they have no heads. This is because they are easier to paint when they're like that. So that's my 1,000 points of Custodes. So the mission that we're doing is divide and conquer, and effectively what we are going to do is we're going to be taking over these objectives. So at the end of your command phase, which is effectively the start of your turn, you gain a number of victory points. If you control 1 objective marker, you get 5. If you control 2, you get an additional 5. And if you control more than your opponent controls, you get another additional 5. For our secondary objectives, I've chosen to take thin their ranks.
Can you read it for us?
Which is, if you select this objective, keep a tally of kill points. Each time an enemy model is destroyed, add 1 to this tally. At the end of the battle, divide your kill points table by 10 and round down the number of victory points you score. So, looking at his army, he's got a lot of dudes there, so I can get about 3 victory points off of that. Actually, that's crap. I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go with Slay the Warlord instead of thin their ranks.
Okay.
I can only get 2 victory points for killing like your entire army, so no. I'm going to Slay the Warlord and killing your Warlord. The next one I'm going to take is Domination, which is score 3 victory points if you control 1/2 of the total number of objective markers on the battlefield. There are 4, so I only need to control 3. And I play Custodes, which means all of my models have OBSEC, so I can take them with a lot more ease than Chris can. The next one I'm going to be taking is the mission-specific one, Lines of Demarcation, which means that if I either have B and B or A and A, I get a certain amount of victory points, you know. Okay, what are you taking, Chris?
I am gonna take. I'm gonna take a. Let me get a. Assassinate.
Alright.
Which is score 3 victory points at the end of the battle for each enemy character model that's destroyed.
That's good for you because
good because all of yours are characters.
Because they're Custodes.
That's why I picked it.
Right, yeah.
And then I'm gonna take Slay the Warlord because I couldn't think of anything else. And then finally, what was it?
Yeah, you said investigate.
I think
sites.
It was investigate sites.
I'm not sure why you'd pick that, but.
Well, do you have a better suggestion?
Do I? Possibly, but I'm not going to say. I'm not going to help you. I'm afraid.
Okay.
I guess all that's left is to roll for what side of the table we're going to have and all that marking.
Let's do it.
Okay, so roll off my boy. I got 1. First roll of 9th edition, looking good.
Oh fuck.
First roll of 9th edition's looking pretty good.
Okay, let's try this again.
Okay.
3.
Alright.
50% chance. 3.
For fuck's sake.
Are these dice, these are magic dice?
Can you stop yeeting your dice across the table? There's a reason why I can roll my dice like this and you're like...
Okay.
So you get to choose what side of the battlefield you start on.
Well, let's have a look. So... I think I'm going to go with this side because it seems to have a bit more cover.
Alright.
Speaking of which, we've not talked about cover.
Ruins are scalable, breachable, light cover, defensible, obscuring.
So is that a ruin?
Yes, that's a ruin, that's a ruin.
What's this?
That's just debris. You can't stand on it.
Non-standing. No.
Yeah.
Can I stand in here?
No.
Okay.
It's
Can I stand over it?
No, it's an unstable position.
Can I walk over it?
You can move over it, but you can't end your turn within it.
Okay. Do I have to move up it? Actually, it's less than an inch, isn't it?
You just go straight over it. So, let's say you're still here. You can go, and you'd just barely be over at the other side. You just can't stand on it because it's unstable terrain. These are also unstable terrain, but they are defense lines, and they're defensible, and they're heavy cover.
Is this stable?
This is going to count as a ruin. This is battlefield debris, and also I'm just going to say this is battlefield debris rather than having the full defensible line there.
Right.
Because the defensible line isn't particularly defensible. It's got a tank crashing it.
Right.
This counts as a ruin as well, though, so it's breachable, which means that you can just walk through the walls if you want to. So you deploy first because you.
Did we just deploy the entire army? No, what?
Yeah, there's no like swapsies. Like,
I thought there were swapsies in 8th.
No, this is 9th.
I thought there were swapsies in 9th because it carries on from 8th. Axey,
Yeah, what?
are you ready to do alternating deployment?
Yes, I'm ready to do alternating deployment. Let me just pick up my army.
I am deploying first, Axey.
You deploy them.
I shall deploy. So, first one.
Okay.
Actually, if these count as a unit, do they?
Yeah, they go together.
They go together. So this was. How close do you have to put them together?
2 inches.
2 inches. Oh, okay, that's.
3 inches. You need to be within 2 inches.
Yeah, I know. But you're measuring from the inside of the track.
I'm measuring from the outside of the track.
No, you're not.
Right. Okay. So like within 2. Well, now I'm measuring from the inside of the track. Apparently.
No,
Oh,
I'm not
right.
talking about this end.
Like
that would be 2 inches.
That's within.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what it was before.
No, it wasn't. Before,
it was.
No, before it was like this, which is way too far.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Well, I've got it on camera.
Whatever.
Who's that?
This is my Vixillus Praetor. Ah, your lord.
My lord.
A unit of custodian guards.
Actually, I'm going to deploy the Rhino. And the Rhino comes with the people inside them.
My second squad of 3 custodian guards.
I'm now for Rhino number 2. Do we know what's going on with this? Can I move over it with a vehicle?
Not with a Rhino, no. I designed this so that you can fit through gaps. There are gaps which you can fit through.
There's one. There's one gap.
Okay, so.
Gaps would be a lie, wouldn't it? It's a gap. It will go here-ish. I guess I'll have to take it in turns to go through the hole. So you have more units than me, it would seem.
For now, yeah.
And then I guess my last one will be this.
The Hellbrute.
Hellbrute, yeah.
So cars can go here, and Whammoo will go over here. Right, my Laris Terminators are in the teleportarium of some description. It has some fancy name which it uses every single time. In the rule book it's pretty stupid, but whatever, they can teleport in at the end of any of my movement phases over 9 inches away from any enemy unit. So now we roll serious first.
Yeah.
2.
2. Well, I'm sure I could be a 2, right?
6.
6.
Oh, who would you like to go first?
There should be a strategic choice about this, but I'm struggling to decide what it is. I guess if I move up faster, I can take points faster. Okay.